First question, I'm curious how you guys met.
The truth or the...
We were in college. My friends convinced me to go to this Mexican restaurant. There was a really cute busboy bussing tables.
We started dating, and then, I mean, it moved kind of quick.
And then you asked me to be your girlfriend.
Yeah. The day I asked her to be my girlfriend, a black cat runs in front of the car, and she runs it over. So that should have been my first warning. But
that should have been my first warning, not yours.
Because I should have got out of the car and like run.
I should have run.
Yeah, but I did it, and so we're still here.
And you want to set the table?
9/11 happened, and that's when he decided to join.
I just felt I needed to do my duty, and then my grandfather was in the Army. He already had Alzheimer's, and I wanted to join and let him see me in my uniform.
Shortly after we got married, and like that next week, joins the Army.
Amen.
The day he was injured, I started to get phone calls, and they were saying something happened, and that's when I switched the TV on and I start seeing on the news that something happened. And then I get a phone call. I was part of our care team, and so I was assuming that phone call was because I needed to go help a family who had incurred injury or death. When I get the official phone call that they needed to speak to me, I said, no, I'm on my way. Just let me get the boys situated. I'm on my way. They said, no, we need to speak to you. And I said, I know I'm coming. And they're like, there was an incident. My mind was really focused on how can I help someone else, not that I would need that help or that it was for us. And I had been trained to help someone else, not to go through that myself. I hung up the phone and I called my parents, and my dad answered, and I said there was an incident overseas, and he's like, I know, I saw. And I said, it's us. And he goes, how do you know? And I go, no, Dad, it's us.
She says, Dad, it's Robert. And at that time, she still didn't know what was the extent of the incident. I said, everything will be all right. Everything will be all right.
He said, we're on the next flight.
How important was it for you to be here as quickly as possible?
Llegó a mi You always think you're strong. Until something happens to your kids. We didn't think about it twice to come and see Lisa. My wife and I, it's our kids.
Do you get 7 cards or 5 cards? 5? Tell us how many cards. I don't remember. I know face 10 is 10.
No,
Yes.
it's 8.
No, it's 10.
We play that one more than this. That's why he was like, can we
the
play
other
Uno?
In total, we were at Walter Reed for 22 months. A month after injury, thankfully my dad flew up with me with the boys.
So it's my turn? Mm-hmm. Uno.
Dang.
Okay, so it's
Change the
most likely
color,
not a
somebody,
green.
please.
It had been a while since we'd seen the boys. I'm gonna say maybe a couple months.
Yeah, something like that.
Diego was having a birthday. Robert and I sat on the floor with this cupcake and a candle. We FaceTimed with Diego and we sang to him, and he blew out his cupcake, and you know, it was just so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking. Just this little tiny face staring at you through the iPad, and it's just not right. It's just not right. You know, we should have been there with him. The next day, Robert had an appointment, and I was sitting in the waiting room, and this sweet Marine wife, you know, her children are playing in the waiting room, and they keep bumping me and hitting me, and she keeps saying, sorry, and I go, no, it's okay. And she says, do you have children? And it's like they turned on the waterworks as I just fell apart. You know, I'm telling her about our boys and that they're in Texas, and she's like, oh, do you see them much? And I said, no. And she said, have you heard of Luke's Wings? And I said, no. And she gave me Jen's number and she says, call them. And I called. I remember Fletcher said, when do you want to see them? And I said, when can we see them? And he said, how about Valentine's Day? And I said, absolutely. They've stuck by us since.
Oh, it's been a great help. You can say that I had that joy in my life and had something to come back to the house for. And not that she wasn't there for me, but the whole family was there. Everything I went through and losing my best friend and losing one of my soldiers, and it's just nice having, I guess, all that support back. Gave me more reason to fight.
I know as soon as I would tell him, hey, the boys are coming, I mean, he would really he would bust tail to get whatever it was he needed to get, you know, so that the boys could see, look, this is where I'm at. So if we had to sum up the family in a word or phrase, a team. And we call ourselves Team Fierro, and so that's our phrase, Team Fierro. At different times, each of the four of us, one of us is the quarterback at different times. And you know, not just me or not just Robert, but at some point, one of us is quarterbacking this team, and that's cool.
We're like a chain, and they usually put me in line because I'm usually the weak link. But, you know, it happens. But we're still together. We're still here.
As a team, we can't pay it back, but we will pay it forward. And we continue to do that.
I love my wife with all my heart. And that I love my kids. And that I'd do anything for them, but I want us all to be together. And that I love them all. Except for Grandpa.